Look, let me be honest with you really quick. You've probably noticed that I've gone silent for a long time now. I've been sitting with something for a while. I just really realized that it was time to make a dramatic shift with the leadership cheat code. Not because anything was wrong, but because it wasn't fully me, right? When I first started this platform, I leaned a little too far into what I thought leadership was supposed to sound like, what it's supposed to look like. I thought it had to sound clean and polished and professional and corporate approved, and I had to dress the part, I had to look the part, I had to act the part. But that wasn't really freeing. It wasn't really me. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. I've lived in that world. I live and still operate in that world every single day. I didn't want the leadership cheat code to feel and sound like another leadership training, another LinkedIn post, another leadership webinar, and I definitely didn't want to sound like everyone else. And if I'm being honest, there aren't too many black guys with my level of knowledge and expertise out here doing leadership the way that I truly want to do it. I want to be real with you all regarding leadership, the way leadership actually shows up in real life. And to be honest, I started to feel the disconnect between what I was doing and what I really wanted to do with the leadership cheat code. I didn't want the leadership cheat code to sound corporate. I didn't want to be confined or defined by a corporate box. Now look, I'm certified in a gang of leadership development programs and disciplines. I've trained leaders all over the country. I've developed and led teams. I've built leadership programs from scratch. I've dealt with compliance and conflict and performance issues and burnout and real accountability as a leader. I mean, I've done the entire gamut. And one of the biggest things that I discovered in all of this is that I caught myself editing me, not the message, me. Dialing down my personality, dialing back my energy, flattening my personality, filtering my tone, not really being me. Because somewhere in leadership culture, we've been taught that seriousness equals credibility, and that's just not true. Credibility comes from experience, from clarity, from telling the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. And I realize I'm telling people to lead authentically, but I'm showing up filtered. I'm not really being me. And of course, that's misalignment, and misalignment always shows up eventually. So what does this mean going forward? It means you're getting me, the real B. Vaughn. I'm fun, I'm energetic, I joke a lot, I can be goofy, right? Just ask my wife, she sees it all the time. I get passionate, I think out loud, I talk to myself out loud. But don't get it twisted. I'm still very intentional, still very experienced, still very serious about leadership growth and development. And none of that cancels out my leadership. But I'm not muting my personality to sound professional anymore. So that means the leadership cheat code is becoming more conversational, more raw, more focused, more in your face. The ones, you know, the conversation you have after the meeting, the conversations you have, you know, when people really tell you the truth, the conversation that happened off camera, right? The ones that actually form and develop leadership. Now you're still gonna get structure, tools, strategy, accountability, mindset, execution, all of that. But you're gonna get the real B. Vaughn, unconfined, unsuppressed, unscripted, grounded in real experience, the real me. So don't expect me to use corporate language all the time. Don't expect me to speak in proper grammar all the time. Don't expect me to dress in a suit, right? You're gonna see me dress in t-shirts and hoodies and a fitted cap, because that's really what I wear. Because leadership isn't clean, it's not cute, doesn't have to be formal, and it's definitely not a one size fit all. If you're someone who never quite fit the corporate ladder, right, that mold of a corporate ladder, but you know you're built to lead, this is for you. If you ever felt like leadership content didn't speak your language, this is for you. If you wanted something real, usable, and honest, this is where you're gonna belong. So yeah, the style is definitely changing. Not because I'm abandoning professionalism, but because I'm choosing authenticity over performance. This is still the leadership cheat code. The same mission, the same standards, the same commitment to growth. Just more truth, more rawness, more openness, more humanity, and a lot less pretending. Real B. Vaughn. So if that resonates with you, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Leadership Cheat Code.